So if you run a small business and you struggle with critical tasks getting missed, an inefficient team, or wasting hours and hours chasing after updates, then this video is for you. Today I'm going to share a simple change that transformed my small business. It's not complicated, and once you put it into practice, you'll see the results almost immediately. So what is this change? Record better meeting notes. So in this video, we're going to talk through 3 ways that recording better meeting notes can have a huge benefit on your small business. I'm going to show you using Notion, and a link to the free Notion template is in the description below, but you can use other tools as well. And for you Notion users, I'll show you how to customize the template for your own business near the end. Okay, so the first benefit is efficient communication. Let's imagine the scene. There's an important meeting happening, but key team member Ollie Bobbs is away on vacation. Who does he speak to? Who has the information? He wastes loads and loads of time going from person to person, and he wastes their time because they're not the right people to speak to. Instead, let me introduce you to the Notion Meeting Notes directory, a central place where all of the meeting notes can live in one place and be accessed by everyone. Ollie could access all the information by the page here. So I click on the team catch up and just open this one and make it full page. We can see the meeting date, which was the 14th of Feb at 1 o'clock, and who was invited, what the objective of the meeting was as well, so as to go over the latest HR best practices. Underneath, we've then got an attendee list, so we can see who was invited and then whether they were present or not, and we can see that Ollie Bobbs here was on holiday and so he wasn't present. Also, the meeting was about half an hour and they've not yet confirmed the next meeting and time. We've got an agenda with the various notes, so what was discussed. So we've got a couple of agenda points here with some bullets. We've also got on the right hand side, you can see we've got the actions, so pull together options, send round some information, decisions that were made, documents, etc, etc. But Ollie has not had to go round all of the different people, he can just see it in one place. So this is the first benefit of getting serious about recording your meeting notes in your small business. Secondly, let's consider collaboration. Working together on meeting notes and agendas ensures that everyone's voices are heard. It can also spark ideas and creativity when everyone works together. Back in the meeting notes directly, you can see here that we've got a Q2 finance plan coming up next Monday. So it's scheduled, but the preparation is still in progress. So there's some work that needs to be done. So let me go and open this meeting, and we can see that the date set, we've got the invitees, and we know what the objective of the meeting is. But if I scroll down, we can see that there's no agenda or any information about the meeting, and so that still needs to be done. And that's where collaboration works really well, especially in Notion. Firstly, what we can do is go and tag in various people. So I'll use myself as an example. Under comments, I could press at find myself, tag somebody in, and then say, please go and add your various agenda items. Or you could go and tag somebody in. So for example, let me include Marge, and I could ask, what do you think of the agenda? And when you do this, it'll appear in the notification section in their sidebar, and also it'll send them a notification on their phone if they've got the mobile app. So this is a great way just to go and get people involved in these meeting notes beforehand, and then once they're complete, they can just press the up arrow, go and say that they're done, and press the check button, and they'll then disappear again. So it's a great way to keep things nice and tidy. We can also tag people into the main body. So for example, if I go to this agenda point, maybe we've got check finances, and perhaps we want somebody's input first. So I could just say, what do you think? All of this is collaborating, but it's not having to message people directly or chase them. Just tag them in and it'll be notified in their workspaces. Collaboration also works around updating things. So we may have some rollover actions that can go and be checked off, and people can also attach documents. So if I just press here / and then file, click on file, choose a file, and I'm going to navigate to my desktop. And here I've got a sales forecast, just double click. That'll then go and upload it to this page so everyone can access that before the meeting to go and read it or do what they need to. What this means is that everyone can input into a meeting beforehand to make sure that they're heard. All of the information is in one place to save people time, so it can be a real game changer in your small business. Hit the like button if you're using Notion for your meeting notes at the moment, or drop me a comment. I'd love to know what you're using instead. Lastly, let's consider accountability and making sure that stuff gets done on time. Recording better meeting notes ensures that people know what they need to do, actions are assigned owners, and that actions are also followed up on in the future. Improving your meeting notes ensures that everyone becomes more effective. You can do this in a few different ways in Notion. Like I've got a simple checkbox list here. So if you want to do that, just go and use / and then check, and and that will help you to do a to-do list. Or you can also just go and use the square brackets and press the spacebar, and that'll add a new to-do list item. Or you can use something a little bit more advanced, like a linked task manager database, but I'll show you that in a little bit. Make sure all your action items have dates. So for example here, if I press the @ symbol, and then let's just go and put March 1st, 2025, and then just click on the date. And then when that action's done, just go and tick the checkbox like this, and that'll put a line through it to say that it's done. It seems simple, but by improving the quality of your meeting notes, you'll increase accountability and visibility, and productivity will really improve. If you're a Notion user, earlier in the video I mentioned that I'd share with you some quick tips about how you can customize this template for your own business. So let me share those with you. Firstly is we've got the invitees list, and this is just a multi-select property, so it's quite simple, but it's not the most advanced way of doing this. So a couple of different things you could do. Firstly, if you use Notion with lots of members, you can use the person property. So if I just go here, type person and add this in here, and then we could go and select from the list of various guests and members which person we want to use for each of these meetings. So that's one way. Or we could go and use a relation if we've actually got a person database that we've created. So to do this, click on the plus and we want to type relation. So I'm going to pick this one, and then we need to select which database it is. So for example, I've got a people database, so I'm going to click on that one. We want it to be two-way so that it appears on both databases. I'll just keep that name as it is at the moment and click add relation. Now when we click into our linked database, you can see all of the people that we've got linked, and I can go and attach one of them or more to this meeting, and then we can then click through to that person if we want to go and find out more about them. So this is a more advanced way of linking multiple databases together. Next up is to create your own database templates. At the moment, if I click next to new, you'll see that every time we create a new meeting, it's going to be a blank one. And I've also got this template here, which is a monthly department review template, but you can create as many of these as you want. So for example, let's say we had a one-to-one template that we wanted to use. If I click on new template, we can give it a title. So perhaps this is one is going to be Andy and the person that we're going to have the one-to-one with. So this is just going to be somebody's name we'll put in it. And then let's just say that we need to put the date in as well. In terms of the booking status, so this may be booked straight away. So scheduled, preparation, no preparation required. So we can leave that as complete. And let's just say that the type is going to be always virtual if we know that. And then invitees, it's always going to be me. And then it's going to be whoever I pick for that one-to-one. And in the body here, we can go and put anything. So we could put in some headings. So for example, we could be core challenges. We could put action review. We could go and put in next meeting date. However you want to format this, and then when we go and click off, that's now saved as a template. So if we pick it here and go Andy one-to-one, click on the template, we could go and put in our name. So let's say that as well as me, it's going to be Bob. I could just go and put in here Bob's name. Let's put the date is going to be for next week, so maybe the 25th of Feb. We can go and set the date and time. So there we go, the 25th of Feb. Great. Include the time. Let's say we're going to do this at 2 p.m. Great. And then we will just go and add any information that we want to in the body. But that's a really great way to go and put some structure and consistency for your various meetings. So have a go at creating your new templates just by using the little drop down next to the new button. Lastly, and I mentioned this earlier, we can be a bit more advanced around the action items in our meeting notes. Here, with all of these checkboxes, they live just within this page, but imagine that we had a master task database. Instead, we could go and use that in our templates. So if I press / and then linked, if we had a task database, we can just go and select it here. So if I just type task, and it will go and pull up a list, and we've got a task database here. We could then go and pick the format that we want. So maybe we wanted to go and have a list view. So let's go and create a list. So click on list here. Don't want the page icons, and then we can go and not have the database title. Then we can go and filter. So let's just go and say that the status is inbox. So these are new ideas, etc., etc. So that's how you can go and quickly link your actual task database into these templates so everyone can see the tasks that they need to do throughout the workspace. It's a bit more advanced, but if you've got any questions about how to do that, just go and ask me in the comments below. So now you've got your meeting notes sorted, why don't you go and create your own Notion to-do list too and bring them together? And don't worry, you don't have to work out how to do it yourself. Just go and check out the video here where I go and share how to do it step by step. See you in the next video.